Hello and welcome back to the Stuff of Legends, the Marvel Legends team here with you for the first Hasbro Pulse Marvel Fanstream of 2025. Happy New Year to you all. I am Ryan in marketing, joined as always by Dan, also in marketing, and Mr. Dwight in design. How's it going, guys?
Good. Happy New Year, boys.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you all as well. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. We have got an exciting agenda packed for you guys today. And not only is it new items and pre-orders and reveals, but we're going to go deeper because some of the things you're going to see require a little bit of, explanation, some behind the scenes insights as to why we do all the things that we do. But before we jump into the new goodness, we wanted to just recap the 2025 X-Men Legends Build-A-Figure wave that is up for pre-order now, including on Hasbro Pulse. So we talked about this at the end of last year, but Dwight, we've got one of your, I think, most favorite Build-A-Figures ever here highlighting this wave, right?
Oh, he's easily top 5 of next year's draft.
Easily top 5. We've got Cyclops going up against Nemesis here, blasting him, but Nemesis is a pretty imposing foe. It looks like Cyclops might need some help in this battle. Shall we clear some things away?
I think he needs some backup.
Right.
Dwight, what we got here?
We have matching green and yellow Jean Grey to go with yellow and blue Cyclops. So we have Jean super articulated, the double torso, double arms, legs, pinless. She has her skull mask pulled up. We also are giving her an alternate head with the big, beautiful beauty hair. Lots of volume. She definitely, knows how to rock her shampoo and conditioner. She also comes with a TK effect that can plug into her under her bangs on her big hair to have kind of a little bit of a hint of her telekinetic power. So, got the face, got the little effect. The effect just kind of tucks right under her bangs, and get it up out of the way. And then you can have a head with the effect kind of starting to power up. As it's sometimes shown in the comics. So first time we've done that.
What I love about her though, is I love the retro X-Men packaging. So Ryan, why don't you show off?
All right. So, and you see that power reflected here, her telekinesis there on the awesome orange retro-inspired Uncanny X-Men blister card. So while Cyclops will come in that Build-A-Figure wave, Jean here will be on a retro card, and she will also be a Target exclusive, similar to the Savage Land Professor X, which is available for pre-order on Target. This Jean is also going to be an upcoming Target exclusive to be pre-ordered at a later date. But this is kind of a theme you might see for the year in 2024 of these X-Men retro items at Target specifically. So get your predictions in. Who do you think will be coming to the line? Your guess is as good as any.
Yeah, and we're slowly building out this original X Factor team too. So if you really like that X Factor team, keep bothering Dwight and Ryan. Don't bother me. And maybe we could look at more X Factor characters in the future.
Sounds good. Well, we'll just redecorate these in the blue and white and the no.
Why do you gotta say that, dude? We would never do that.
Like that. Well, these two look great. So this is our first reveal of the day. This is our Jean Grey X Factor on a awesome retro blister card.
Awesome.
Okay, so the next item we have up is going to be, this was teased by Dan in the last stream. I didn't know it was going to happen, but it happened. And fans seem to be pretty interested. So here we've got our amazing Spider-Man figure that we used to help reveal, who was it last time? It was the Lizard. And so Dan confirmed a lot of your desires to have the final villain from No Way Home. So here he is in his electrifying form. Dwight, tell him about this awesome deluxe Electro.
Yeah, Electro here is a really gorgeous all-new figure from No Way Home. He comes with alternate hands, closed fist. He comes with a couple of yellow massive lighting effects that can attach. They have C-grips on them that we've used on the most recent Electro figure in blue. Now we have them in yellow to match movie Electro's power set, as you can see from the starfish on his face. He has lots of amazing details. The cool yellow cord piping going to the plates that attach to both his forearms and shins. Double pinless arms and legs, fully articulated. The star is permanently attached to his face. revealing that classic kind of star effect from comic lore that was shown in the film. And here you go, a really, really solid final member of the villains from No Way Home. I think this does that wrap up a movie?
I think so. What did we had first up in the wave? We had Sandman. Then we had a deluxe Doc Ock. We had a deluxe Green Goblin, followed up by Lizard, and then here's Electro rounding out that film.
Yeah. Fingers crossed for Aunt May in the future.
Okay, fingers crossed.
Let us know if you feel similarly. But
Electro is going to be available for pre-order on January 30th, so just stay tuned for that. And Lizard is still available on Amazon as an Amazon exclusive as well. So fill out those villains from No Way Home.
Right, so at least a little bit of MCU love in the stream today. So we're going to move on to the next item. All right, so this next item, I guess we've been hearing for a while at the cons and some speaking with the fans, wanting classic versions of characters just to be readily available and kind of released in the best way possible with the best articulation, the best accessories, the best deco. And so what we are launching for the first time in 2025 is what we're calling the Maximum Series. And we're starting with, we're just going to take a look at the item, I guess. Want to look at the figure? Look at the figure. So the first character, when you're launching a new deluxe premium line, you got to go big. And this is, the greatest superhero of all time. So we're launching with Spider-Man. And you might not be able to see it now, but Dwight is going to take you through all of the amazing features in this all new figure. We built this guy from the ground up. So he is the maximum in terms of posability, customizability, display options, and I think, iconic, cool sector, if you want to call it. All right, so here is what you get. He comes with a lot of stuff you will see. We will take you through all of that in detail. But Dwight, why don't you pick up Spider-Man here and just kind of walk through, first of all, what's new on the figure, and even what are the standard bits, but like new sculpts.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
So what's new here, it's easy to say because literally everything on this figure is new. It's a new articulation system, some slight adjustments to previous things that we've done that we've loved over the years. We thought, what can we do better? How can we make this Spider-Man, the most amazing one we've ever done? And the first thing we did is we leaned into an absolutely amazing era of comics, which was the 90s. And that is what our heavy inspiration was for the overall form and shape of this figure. The sculpt is 100% new. He has all the articulation you would expect from an awesome Spider-Man with a little bit more. He has the toes, the double pinless everything. He's got the butterflies. We opened up his hips more than on a normal figure. You don't see it, and it doesn't detract because of the dark blue of the Spider-Man costume, but it allows for his legs to pose in even more insane spider poses. We gave him a new neck design that has double articulation at the base of the neck as well as the top of the neck, so that his head can actually pivot and rock and turn over to the side, giving you lots of extra variety and posing that you don't have on other Spider-Men to this point. His head looks up really nice far back. You also can look down. And with the break at the lower part of his neck, it allows for an extra left and right, as well as a bit more of a pivot back and forth, which is a lot of fun and something that makes this guy even more expressive than ever before. Now, to bump up the expressiveness, we wanted to give you some extra ways to display and play with this figure. So the first thing is he's got multiple heads. He's got this spider sense that can clip to either head. He's got the standard one. He's got one with a slight, like the eyes are just slightly askew. Like he's starting to think like, wait a minute, and something's not quite right, which is exactly how it is before the spider sense goes off. And we're giving you an alternate Peter likeness. Brand new head sculpt. The photoreal like we do on all of our figures, which looks really, really amazing here. You can tell by the hairstyle and the expression that this is very much a 90s inspired look for Spider-Man. He's got additional break points in his forearms, allowing his arms to break off right at an articulation point, which is round, so you can actually get credit for an extra bit of movement. and you can snap on for the first time in Marvel Legends his actual web shooters, which is something that's kind of fun that we have yet to do. So
2 sets, one hands.
Yep, both hands. A web shooter's going down on his palms. He's got the extra heads. He's got some brand new web accessories. I guess before we get to the web accessories, the actual hands have a lot of extra variety as well. While the fair web shooter hands don't have an articulation point in the wrist, they do at the top of his gauntlets. And we've added, for the first time ever, web shooting hands. So we have new hands that actually have different web splats coming out of them, which we think is a lot of fun, as you can see here. So we have all the hands you would normally expect: the open hands for wall crawling, the fist for punching, the shut hands for thwipping, and we've also included these new thwip hands with the added web effects that plug into them. He comes with a new articulated stand that can be used to display the webs in different manners. And
Yeah, so we're going really fast. We're going to loop back on it, but because we have Spider-Man here with the thwipping hands, we have some new effects. So we have this that was teased.
yeah, that's the head massager.
That's right. And so this is kind of a web projectile, and then the team, at my insistence, finally humored me, and we have a projectile stand. I'm really big on projectile stands, and so you've got 2 new web projectiles that can be used with the stand, and then we also have a really fun web shield that is just a C grip, kind of like a Captain America shield, but in functionality. But it's when Spider-Man webs up and has a shield, so that's a really fun effect. And then it also comes with 2 gripping hands for these longer new webs that are very flexible.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to show these here. So we've got 2 brand new webs. So this is a lot of stuff. I think this is kind of like a deluxe approach to a figure that isn't physically large, but that has a lot of pieces that we've never been able to offer before in a standard release. So this is kind of what Maximum series represents, and there will be a couple more items this year in that line, really with that idea of hacking it with the most amount of stuff that we.
And this also has an insane amount of deco. This is the most web lines we've ever painted on a Spider-Man. The 90s era had all of that incredibly tight web detailing, and I think we did a really excellent job capturing that here. The amount of web lines and the precision of them placed on this figure, it is absolutely next level.
Yeah, we really think this is a product of trying to listen to the fans. The fans have demanded a 90s era kind of version of Spider-Man, and that's the great design that Dwight has worked with. The fans have been demanding, more accessories that really work, that are good for photography, for stop motion, things of that nature. So we added a lot of accessories, like, I don't know, what's the number again for accessories?
I know. I was gonna.
This many.
This many.
This many.
So, and we have added what the fans wanted was more articulation and deco. And so we think this Maximum series line and this Maximum Spider-Man really address all the things that the fans have been trying to tell us. And so that's why it's really important from the community to hear what you guys want. And I think we're really delivering something that all the fans can really enjoy.
We're excited to. I mean, this is still very much like in our 6-inch Legends scale, but it is a new take on a type of offering. And just to kind of, again, go through the checklist, right? So number 1, we have our most articulated Spider-Man figure ever, all new sculpt, number 1, right? As you see here, he comes with 3 total heads, 1 unmasked head, 2 masked heads. He comes with a Spider Sense clip-on effect for the masked heads. In terms of total number of hands, we maxed this out, right? So he will have 2 closed fists, 2 wall crawling, 2 standard thwipping, 2 gripping hands for the long webs, and then as you see packed out on the figure, 2 thwipping hands with the web coming out of the wrist.
And
So
the 2
that's-
alternate 1, 2, 3, 4 bear.
Yes, and the bare hands showing the web shooter that clips on at the forearm, which is an additional break, an additional accessory piece. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 pairs of hands. Then we've got 2 long flexible webs that you see on the table. Then we've got 2 web projectile effects that have a plug on the bottom that can go into the projectile stand. So you've got this little net kind of effect, and then this web burst coming out, and then we've got a cool web shield. So that's everything that comes in box. again, take a look at the amazing shots that Matt did with the cool diorama, New York cityscape diorama, to really emphasize some of these accessories. And we really can't wait for you guys to get this in hand. You know, there may be an event coming up for New York Toy Fair where some of our, toy influencer friends might be able to get some hands-on experience, but stay tuned for more images and just more content on our Maximum series.
Yes, I mean, the art on the package as well really showcases some examples of poses that jump right off the pages of the book. So we're, I don't know, I'm so pleased with this, and I really was like, we have done so many great Spider-Mans of the year. It was just kind of like, I guess we can do a better one. And then the more the team dove into this, the more and more we all kind of fell in love with it, and we're like, wow, some minor adjustments to a amazing base, design philosophy has delivered, in our opinion, the best Spider-Man we've ever done.
Yeah. I mean, last year I was teasing my favorite Wolverine throughout the year, but there's no tease. This is my favorite Spider-Man of the year, and maybe my favorite Spider-Man Marvel Legend ever. So great job on the team.
Yeah.
The pre-order for this is going to be in February, so just stay tuned for that. That specific date will be revealed at a later time.
Shout out to Sean on our packaging team for developing this logo, this line look. A humongous, awesome render on the back showing what Dwight talked about in terms of the hips and the posability. These are all achievable poses. So we look forward to
What's
showing
next?
off more. What is next? So we went big for the first one, and then we're going to go a little more defined. But as we clear this off here, right? For those of you who joined us or saw some of the coverage from San Diego Comic-Con in July of 2024, Jesse Falcon, our great partner at Marvel and Disney, wanted us to reveal the ROM Space Knight figure, which we did via a digital render back in San Diego. And fans have been asking, where's ROM?
Where's ROM?
Steve Evans showed a prototype at 10/27 last year. But so here you have the final ROM, the Space Knight, Marvel Legends 6-inch scale action figure with...
I think I lost one of his hands.
We are missing a hand.
But I did find this.
Whoa, what's that?
So ROM comes with 2 alternate hands, 2 blasters.
Yep.
Does this effect piece?
The effect piece can be used on either his
The effect piece on
analyzer or his neutralizer. I'm pretty sure translator was not included.
Okay.
Maybe later.
Well, let's first, before we show that, let's take a look on screen for some of these great e-com shots. And as you'll see in one of these shots, ROM is holding something in his hand that is not a blaster. But what is that?
I don't know, Ryan. Tell us.
Right. That is, for the first time, a Marvel Legends scale mini comic book. And the issue is, of course, ROM #1 from the year
1979.
1979. And so just a quick aside as to how this came to be, and then we're going to talk more in detail of it. But, we have a great collaborative team with Jesse and our partners at Disney and Marvel, and we got Dwight, we got our engineers, and we got a lot of folks in the building. And Dan R., who is in the sculpting team for Marvel Legends, and who was at San Diego with us. Some of you guys might have talked with him. Dan R., just one day in a meeting, right, he was like, hey, I grew this little plastic comic book. It's a hard plastic piece, but we can print on it. And then as soon as he showed this to us, our imaginations really ran wild because there's so much possibility and inspiration taken from the pages of Marvel Comics that have influenced everything from video games to trading cards to, of course, movies, right? And they continue to be an important part in all of our collective fandom. And so we were like, yeah, let's do some mini comics, but how are we gonna leverage these? And so what we're gonna do is we're going to have a wave of comic-based figures that each come with their own mini comic book accessory, and that issue will be important to the character. So as you see here, we've got ROM #1, and with the great advances in production, we are able to do digital inkjet printing on these covers to get a really high fidelity facsimile printing of what you see, in an actual comic book. So even though it's shrunken down, the clarity I think is really great. You can even read text and issue names and numbers. There's potential. You'll see we've just decoed the back with a plain Marvel Legends logo, but the possibilities are kind of endless for this. And that's a quick intro into what mini comics is. All right, but ROM is not the only character with a mini comic this year. This is a wave of 6. The second character we have here is going to be a character that No,
fills out a team, right?
it's helping. It's not. It's another Wolverine figure. It's not your favorite Wolverine figure, but this is the character. We teased more Dark Avengers, and so who do we have here, Dwight?
So we have Dakin here with alternate hands once again. He's got a hand for gripping his book. He's got he's got double claw hands. He's got the triple claw because we know he's got that third claw that comes out of the bottom of his palms, which is really creepy and weird. He comes with an alternate masked head and a new mohawk likeness as well. So we had only ever done this character once previous in Marvel Legends. And as you guys know, some of those figures back in the day are all on much outdated bodies compared to what we like to use currently. Since we've been working on this for so long, we've had lots of improvements, and you guys see them wave after wave when we have the chance to revisit. So we love revisiting his brown costume. He's got the tattoos down his left sleeve, and the new alternate likenesses as well as alternate hands. And he comes with Dark Avengers #1 little mini comic accessory. To be clear, the comic books are plastic. They are not paper, and they do not open. That way they will remain pristine for the longevity of you having this in your collection. The last time we did many comic-like things was in the Marvel Universe line. We had some little cardboard inserts that were, not quite the right size, but the idea of, representing them was used then. But this is the first time we've actually made something that's intended to be, a little bit meta, but you can play with them. They'll last, for a very, very, very long time. And you can mix and match them and have some fun.
Yeah, they look great. They're more durable, to Dwight's point about being plastic and not paper. And so we have them all in card here. I forgot to show it for Rom. But so as you see with the line look here, right, you'll see these figures come on a blister card. They've got the standard accessories, and then you see the miniature comic book packed out to the side. And so Dwight was saying Dark Avengers #1, Dakin. And then here's a look, again, going back real quick, from Rom, the Space Knight, featuring his first debut issue. All right, and the next figure is going to be this might probably be my favorite mini comic, maybe in the line, maybe I don't know, but yeah, I think it's just iconic. But this is a character, again, an earlier Marvel Legends in this look, but an updated version of Adam Warlock here. And what comic does he come with, Dwight?
He comes with Infinity Gauntlet #1.
Infinity Gauntlet #1, fittingly. And he comes with another one of our teases from the last year-end live stream.
Yes, the big toothpick. So Adam Warlock here is updated on our Vulcan body, which is one of our fantastic updated basic forms. This version comes with his swappable Infinity Gauntlet. You can pop that off and put a regular red glove on his left arm, or you can display him with the Infinity Gauntlet as shown here. He comes with his staff. He comes with Infinity Gauntlet. And we think he looks amazing. Deco is fantastic on his face. Kristen continues to kill it on our Deco for these photoreal figures. And there is a much needed update for Adam Warlock.
All right. 3 down, 3 to go. Next figure up in this line is
Somebody from the Ultimate Universe.
someone from we're going to the Ultimates universe for a quick trip. So Dwight has it down there. Yep. We've got him here posed on a awesome Hasbro Pulse flight stand.
All right. Ultimates Iron Man #1. Ultimates Iron Man was in our very first Marvel Legends wave, the Annihilus wave, back in 2007, I believe.
2006,
2007. So 18-ish years ago, we did a version of this character. Wow, 18 years.
Wow.
There wasn't, I don't
You're
think
still very young, Glenn. I don't know what you're talking about.
appreciate you guys lying to me. You help build me up, and that's very kind of you. Ultimate Iron Man. This update blows away what we did in the past. 100% new sculpt. Gorgeous, really, really dark silver deco to go along with his reds and golds. He comes with his Ultimates Iron Man #1 issue. He's got some cool repulsor blue effect deco spotted across his torso and back. and a phenomenal update. And if you like the Ultimates universe, it's kind of fun to revisit some of those characters and see what we can do with them now compared to all the years of amazing progress.
But Iron Man is not going to be the only Ultimate character that we have.
He's not the only Ultimates character.
Well, he needs friends, right? Just give him a few friends. So, how about Miles? So, Miles comes here with alternate hands. He's got his unmasked head. Does he have butterflies? I can't remember. Yes, he has butterflies on his torso, double articulated arms and legs, all of the red webbing on the black, masked, unmasked, Ultimate Spider-Man #1 issue. It's, he's a great character.
He really articulates really, really well. Matt, again, is going to have some great photos here that really show the articulation range that he can do. And I really love this figure, too. He's a lot of fun to play with. Anything else, Ryan, for Spidey?
No, that's it's always fun to do better versions, I think, of previous ones. We did a Ultimate Miles comic figure years ago too, but this is kind of on the modern articulation. You've got the diaphragm and the ab crunch, pinless butterflies, everything. It's on a smaller body, so that's really fun. And then last up, we think this is Dwight's most favorite figure of all time. Personally,
I mean, before we reveal the last one, we need Dwight to kind of explain what he said in the past about creating this character.
Yeah, let's retcon a past interview maybe that Dwight gave.
Okay, so a lifetime ago, before the gray creeped into my beard, before there was much knowledge or brain power going on, I declared that the first Marvel Legends I ever worked on was Yellow and Green Banshee, and that would be the last Marvel Legends figure I ever work on. Well, I didn't think that I would still be standing here working on this brand 18 years later. I believe that's a good thing.
We're blessed.
You guys can let me know if that's a good thing or not.
We are blessed.
It might go different ways depending on the day. But I've been blessed to be on this brand long enough to make myself a liar and to bring back out a
Dwight
Sean Cassidy Banshee figure. We did him a couple years ago in his X-Men Yellow and Blues, but here he is in his very classic yellow and greens with the fabric wings with giant size X-Men #1.
It had to be giant size.
Had to be. He looks amazing. Super happy with the way this thing turned out. I should have brought the original one up here to show a side-by-side of where we were to where we are today. And it's a testament to the whole team for, the amount of love and passion that they pour into this line year after year for, 18 plus years, still going strong. To be working on this, it's been a treat. It's been a blast working with you guys, and I'm not planning to go anywhere. So we'll see what happens. But I apologize for lying to all you fans, and I'm glad this is a year, and there are still more things to come.
It's okay. We retconned that interview never happened. We're so happy to be able to have the chance to work with Dwight. And it's not just Dwight. Like, there's a lot of folks in the building who've been working at Hasbro on Marvel since the beginning, right? And so this is not only a testament to Dwight, but also all of our other partners who've been along for the ride. And I think just as a fan and collector, before I started working on Legends, just now working on Legends, just seeing how far it's come, I think as collectors, we all benefit from you guys and all your years of hard work. So with that, you get that classic green and yellow Banshee. We want to put all the figures together here, just one kind of view. So pre-order info, Dan, for this wave again?
It's going to be in February, so stay tuned. It'll be, I believe, the first week of February that you'll be able to pre-order this exciting wave here. But to really celebrate this new mini comic accessory line that we have, we actually partnered with our good friend Plastic Action, and we have something special to show you guys. So without further ado, let's reveal our little stop motion animation.
thanks again to Plastic Action for that awesome stop motion spot. We also worked with them for the Secret Wars asset last year. And so this is something that Dan and Megan on the team have been working closely. And yeah, we have fun doing those kinds of, let us know if you like those kinds of assets. Dan, anything to close on the stop motion?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think these figures, Marvel Legends is like the perfect figure line if you're into and passionate about stop motion. So if you are a stop motion animator, this is the line for you.
You could have just left it at the perfect action figure line.
Oh, okay. True that. We're always grateful to everybody in the community who create awesome works of art like that.
And so I've taken all the mini comics and I've kind of fanned them out here just to give you kind of a sense of scale. And I don't know how else to say it, but it's there's this tactile feel. Like, I don't know if can you hear on the mic? Like when you just get a handful of them, it's just like when you miniaturize something that you love, whether it's food, whether it's collectibles, whether it's toys. I just think there's something just really magical about it. And yeah, I just love holding on to these. They're just fun little.
Plus, I can't afford giant size X-Men number one.
Yeah.
But I can own this, so that's pretty exciting too.
Right, giant size X-Men number 1 is probably the most valuable of these issues, but you know, some of them are old and we might not be able to have the real life thing, but your Marvel Legends collection can, and each one of them has a hand that can hold it. So whether it's for action figure photography, for your own displays on your shelf, or you just want to collect these little mini comics yourselves, you can do that. And I brought Dan.
You can have your toys with the comics sitting right next to you on the table when you're reading your comics.
We hear from, that's right, when you read your comics, because we know a lot of collectors got their start in comics. They will always love comics. They continue to read comics to this day. I brought some show and tell just to give you guys some inspiration. So Dan's going to hand me a stack of comics. And so I think comics, right, there's a couple of angles you can take. I brought this from my home collection. So, right, whether you love comics that you grew up with from the 90s, I'm a big X-Men fan. So we've got our 90s X-Men. I've got my Gambit number 1, of course. Got the greatest selling comic of all time, X-Men number 1. So whether it's comics you grew up in the 90s or various points in your life, right? I remember in college, in the mid 2000s, you know, these comics came out. These are from my old long box. We've got Astonishing X-Men number 1. We've got House of M. We've got the Exiles, random little team that I love. Or even like, right, if you guys want to go back and collect important pieces of history. So I went back and got these recently, right? We've got Secret Wars from 1984. We've got Uncanny X-Men 129, I believe, from 1980. So these comics came out before I was born. I wasn't alive when these came out. Actually, I was for Secret Wars in 84, but not 1980, X-Men 129. So you go back and you collect pieces of history. These are history. And then for those comic collector fans of mine who collect slabbed comics, right? This is another way. So your comic collecting can span kind of like how mine does. I get modern comics from our friends. This is a John Tyler Christopher, our friend of Marvel Legends, has done a series of action figure inspired covers. And so I collect Gambit and
So there's a lot of Gambit in that bunch.
there's a lot of Gambit. You know what I meant. But like, yeah, guys, like, let us know. We hope you're excited for mini comics too, because comics are so important to us. We all have our own comic slant. Dan is a big Spider-Man guy, amongst others, right? And so if you would love to see more mini comics, let us know what kinds of issues you want to see.
Yeah, what were your favorite issues
That
of
you
all
are
time?
for this. And hopefully you love them as much as we do, because they're small, but
When you start lining them up on your shelves next to your figures, like I've done in my office, it's kind of special, and it's you know, it takes a fun little accessory and kind of I don't know, it just feels good.
Yeah, so let us know which, you know, mini comic you want next and what figure would tie really well with that as well, because we're all about the community and hearing from you is really important to us. So let's keep collecting more mini comics for the future.
all right, so that is going to round out our new reveals and pre-order info. We talked about Retro X-Men Jean Grey. We talked about No Way Home Electro. MCU. We talked about our Maximum Series Spider-Man, which is super exciting. And we went in depth. Let us know if you have any questions about how the articulation or the accessories work. We can get back to you on that. And the mini comics, the long-awaited debut of our mini comics assortment and the future of mini comics, which I hope is very bright for all of us. And then,
Sounds
do we have anything else to show today?
2025, man. Time to get our pump on. You know,
Got any New Year's resolutions this year?
you know, you got the standard one. I'm going to get in shape, but you know, I think the only shape I'm ever going to stay in is round. But I think that's okay as long as my wife's all right with it. But you know, no harm in trying something out and see.
Here, I'll give you another one just to
Double up.
Yeah.
Double up.
You want to have one in each arm because you don't want to be unbalanced.
I'm a left-handed designer. This is this is going to make my design skills even more.
Got to really strengthen that design hand.
Absolutely.
Left hand.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Wow, guys.
Heavy stuff.
New year, new stuff. A lot of new stuff here.
Newness.
So,
Let's keep that momentum going. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned to the Hasbro Pulse as your only official source of news and excitement for the Marvel Legends series. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again next time.
Happy 2025.
peace.